Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Planet Zoom. And today we have the one and only star of the film Hit or Twist, Mr. Austyn Reale. I said Austyn Reale, right? Austyn Reale?
Austyn Reale, Austyn Reale.
Austyn Reale, an even more beautiful way to say it. Austyn, I am so excited to have you here. We're finally getting to have this conversation. But before we get into it, will you tell us, what are you grateful for today and why?
I'd have to say I'm grateful for my friends and for my family that have helped me through this journey and supported me through everything that I've done. And they're there for me anytime I need it, which is so grateful for. I'm so grateful for.
This question's not planned, but I have to ask you.
Yeah.
Would you trade, here you are, you're an actor and you're a dadgum good actor and you're a very talented human being.
Thank you.
And obviously with acting, you got to have your fans because you have to sell tickets and get people in to see your movies. And that requires some level of fame. So let me ask you, if you could choose between fame and having all of your dreams come true and your family, what would you choose?
We've definitely had that conversation because in the community and when you do become famous, I'm not the only one that becomes famous. It's everybody around me. It's my family. So we have definitely had that conversation and they are just as willing to be out there in the open as I am. So I'm so happy for that.
Oh my gosh. I was not expecting that answer. That is, man, I'm going to dig this. Okay. This is going to be a lot of fun. All right, Tiago. So, Austyn, how do you prepare for a role like Tiago? Like, what was the biggest challenge in becoming this character for you?
Yeah, so Tiago's based off of a real person. And what was amazing, and it was great that I got to meet that person. And we hung out for the day. It was so fun. And just following his mannerisms and just seeing everything he does, one of my biggest challenges was, am I going to be able to hit every layer of his personality? And I was so excited to hop into it. But there was that little bit of hesitant, like, okay, this is a challenge I have to overcome. And I think I overcome it pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out.
Well, was Tiago happy with your performance?
He was, yes. He was like, because he said he was happy that he saw aspects of him. And then I took it in the whole direction. He was so open about it too. It was like, this is me, you do you, and I was extremely appreciative of that. It was fun. I got to play around.
That's awesome, man. So what were some of your most memorable moments leading up to Hit or Twist?
So believe it or not, this is actually my first feature film. Wow. So I did a little bit with a friend it's this thing called Morbid Stories on Amazon Prime. And that was just weeks before I even got this role. So that was the only thing leading up. And that was the only thing that really I got to see what was on set was like. And so that prepared me a little bit for this movie, but this was a whole different, bigger thing. And there really wasn't much I could prepare. I just had to roll with the punches, which was great. I love that.
That's one of the fun things about being a part of Dirt Merchants universe. Again, this is not a planned question, but from my experience, like if you show up ready, it could be ready for anything. It's pretty amazing how Henning and the rest of the leadership can identify that, and they'll just put you in position. There you go. And it doesn't matter if you have any experience or not. If they can see it, they're gonna give you the chance. And it's so cool because it's such a supportive ecosystem of people. And so my very first time being on set with them was for the very first movies they made. And it changed my whole life, that experience. So for you, this being your first film, which I didn't know, tremendous job, by the way. I would have never guessed in my wildest dreams that was your movie. But what was your biggest takeaway from being on set and working with this tribe of people in Dirt Merchants universe?
Well, first off, they were so loving and so welcoming, which is amazing. Because I have friends in the industry and they say, you got to do this. and this, you got to stay, you know, very stern and everything. But they were so welcoming. They were so opening. It was like just hanging out with a bunch of friends. And that was made it more comfortable for me to do different things for the role. And that was the best.
I like that. So when thinking about Tiago, your character again, what part of yourself, like your real life Austyn, identified most with Tiago?
Well, I was always a naive little kid, little teenager. Thought he was everything until everything like that. He wasn't. Like sarcastic when I was younger, and so I was able to bring young, like little younger aspects to the character, because the character itself is very young in the first when you meet him. You know, he's like, this is the idea, this is the goal, it's going to work. Not even thinking about what the issues can occur. So it was just full heads, just go into it and see what happens. And that was able to put in there's a lot of things in my life when I was younger that I was able to, that I did treat situations like that. And I remember those feelings. So I just copied those feelings and it played out perfectly.
I would say so, man. I would say so. I think now back to the movie itself, and not necessarily your character, but what moment in the film or experience during filming that you had that really impacted your life? Like, again, this is outside of the film itself, but while you're there, like maybe it was a character in the film or an experience on set. Give me an example of something that's happened around the film, again, not associated with your character, that's had an impact on maybe your character as a human being, like who you really are.
Yes. So for a hit or twist, we were down in, I believe it was LA, and it was like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and it was in a little sketchy area. And there's this guy that was down there. I believe he was just hanging around the set, and he was like twirling a knife. And I was like, okay, we're gonna die. Like this is I was a little nervous. I had a lot of people around me, so I was safe, but everything was all good. But I was a little nervous at first. And then he comes around and he starts talking to like my manager, and it was quite literally the definition of what I learned of don't judge a book by its cover. Because he was saying how he used to drum, and my character drummed. So he taught me how to do a little sticks at that moment on like just the floor. And it was so cool. It's like we became best friends within minutes. And it taught me quite literally the definition of don't judge a book by its cover. And I take that every single day with my life.
That's good, man. How do you think playing Tiago in Hit or Twist has challenged or even developed your acting skills?
Oh, well, so many times Henning, he wrote different things. So the script would write one thing and then it would be changed. So I always have to stay on my toes. And I love that because that always keeps me thinking and everything like that. So if I was planned to say the scene this way, and then we'd switch it up, I have to do it immediately the other, like a different direction or a different take or a different way. And that taught me so many things with my acting, because now I can do more versatile things.
I'm sitting here thinking about, you filming and this being your first opportunity. Since your experience with filming with Dirt Merchants and filming this movie, and now it's released and the reviews are in, people love it. People love the music. People love your performance. It's so much fun. My first film was a modest budget film. This is not necessarily a modestly budgeted film. They spent a few more bucks to get this thing made. And it's your first gig. It's your first gig. To me, it's like going to Vegas and hitting jackpot the very first time you play a slot machine. You're the lead role in a movie your very first time. How does that even happen? And where do you go from there? Because did you get a leading role your next movie, or did you get rejected? Like that's quite the high, I would imagine. I remember my first time going to Vegas, I hit jackpot, and I thought I was going to hit jackpot every time I played the slot machines. And guess what? It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work.
And it doesn't work that way the very first movie you make. it's a big budget movie and you're the star. It doesn't work that way. So what happened next? Like, what was your next role? Like, what was your experience after making this film?
Well, my experience after making film was I was on the top. I was so happy. I was like, wow, I made it. Like, this is crazy. And then reality kicked in. And and then I went back to Vegas and didn't hit jackpot. Realistically, there were some hard times afterwards, especially with the world and community with COVID and everything happening. A lot of the productions were shut down. Right now there's the writer's strike, so it's very hard for the movie community. That being said, my manager, great manager, always kept me going, always kept me on things, and we're able to push as much as we can to get what we what's available.
This writer's strike, to me, I see opportunity, and where I see the opportunity are for independent writers, independent creators, even people that within the Dirt Merchants universe films, because even though, I mean, I don't know if we classify as independent or not necessarily, but we're not Warner Brothers. We're not a major studio. In fact, Dirt Merchants universe has evolved and kind of modernized itself where, to me, we're looking at it, Dirt Merchants universe is more geared for the future. In other words, we have an ecosystem where we're raising up young actors and young producers and young show hosts and so on. So we're kind of supporting ourselves in making our own projects and writing our own projects and producing our own projects. So we have a unique advantage where other people on the outside looking in are looking for work. They're waiting for the strike to be over with. And we have this attitude of like, screw that. We're going to create our own stuff and shoot our own stuff. Make it happen. So I want to ask you, because you're a little bit younger than me. I'm 44. I don't want to assume your age, but I'm guessing mid-20s.
Yes, I'm 23.
I just said that I am not going to assume your age, and I just did. Okay, 23. So your generation has grown up with, y'all have seen some things. My generation, it's like the 90s were this last generation of fun, and everything since then is like, it's been a little bit wild. But your generation has been specifically hit hard. Where does someone like yourself, who's seen nothing but like earthly trauma, you've seen 9/11, you've seen COVID happen, we've seen wars, you've seen it all. So for you, how do you keep such a positive attitude and also keep your hope strong when your generation has seen nothing but trauma?
Well, that's a great question. And I know a lot of people that will just succumb to it and just say, and it will affect their life. But you have to keep going always. And you don't get anything by throwing negativity out there. So you might as well throw positivity out there and just be happy and let everything work out. And it'll work out the way it works out. But that's one of the reasons why I want to become an actor or why I am an actor, because the main goal is to inspire younger kids and the next generation and see that even through these hard times, there's always that light at the end of the tunnel.
That's good, man. What else besides acting do you love to do?
Ooh, I like, that's a good question. That one caught me off guard. I like to do a lot of things. We play, me and my friends, we play this game called Magic the Gathering. It's like a card game. We just stay a little community. I play basketball. What else? I like cars, mechanic growing up. My dad was always into cars, so we're always working on cars. I work out a lot. The gym has been a huge change in my life, especially starting 2022, February 2nd. And I'm there every single day from 10 to 2 and working hard and trying to improve my body. And it's helped me in my confidence and learn how to talk to people even better than what I used to be able to. And that's probably it. Yeah.
As far as your, like, outside of acting, but within the realm of arts, media, entertainment, movie, TV, what else inside the industry are you inspired by, or that you would even want to try or do that you haven't done?
Within the industry,
Yeah.
probably like singing. I'd like to go a music career. I've always, I've always
I heard
liked.
you sing.
Yeah, you did.
I saw on YouTube as a kid like 9 years
Oh,
ago. You have a good voice, Austyn. You
thank
have a
you,
great
thank you.
voice.
That's funny. Yeah, my friends will always bring that up. They just brought that up yesterday.
Well, the internet lives forever, man. So just remember,
Yeah.
it's all out there, and you should I encourage you to exercise those singing chops because you have a natural talent, my man. You really do.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. If everything goes up and keeps going up, I'll have enough media and capability to maybe produce something.
Anything that we can do to support you at Dirt Merchants Universe, it's already done. So just ask. But I'd like to ask this final question and give you an opportunity to close us out. But what's next for you? Like, what are some of your goals? Like, what are you wanting to achieve the most? Like, what's that burning in your belly or that burning desire in your heart that you want to accomplish next?
What I want to accomplish next is, well, anything. I'll take any job right now, like any acting job, because I'm just trying to get myself out there as much, and because acting is the goal. That is everything. I'm everything. My life. I'm trying to be the next Tom Hanks, and so acting is everything. Next, project wise, I know my friend, he's doing a little thing, his own little short film, and so I'm starring in that, and that's gonna be really fun because I've never worked with like someone who's out of the industry coming into the industry. So that's what's next personally for me, and we're gonna have a fun time with that.
Very cool. Well, please do me a favor and let the audience know where they can follow you, where they can support your journey, and say any last words that your heart desires, man.
Yes. You can find me on Instagram or Facebook at Austyn Reale, AUSTYN_REALE. And to close it off, just keep going. I know it's hard times right now and everything, but if you just keep going, it'll work out. The universe has its own funny way of showing it. So,
I mean, that's just wisdom right there you said 24-year-old?
I'm 23.
23. Well, there you go. It is actually the best wisdom I think you can give somebody, because a lot of times we get caught up and the only thing that we can see is the mud that's covering our eyes and hopelessness and despair. But you're right. Just staying with it, like doing everything you can to make one forward movement a day towards your purpose. It seems to just work things out, but it's when we give up or we're idle that things just feel like it's like being buried in quicksand. So keeping on moving has a lot of practical application to it, but it's super important. That's great wisdom. I love it. And Austyn, my man, you keep going and keep going for your dreams, because you are a unique talent, and really loved your performance, and I look forward to seeing more in the future. Thank you again for your time today.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a blast.
Awesome, man. Austyn Reale, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you on the next Planet Zoom. I'm your host, Joshua T. Berglan. God bless. See you soon.